So this video is really short because I am just renovating the house, and to be honest, I'm not really thinking too hard about the renovation. I'm just kind of going with the flow. This is a pretty small lot in a pre-built house, so I don't necessarily have a lot of room to make a bunch of renovations. And you know, sometimes when you're just kind of like getting something functional versus getting something beautiful, you tend to like have at least more interesting things, and then you don't get as bored as quickly, because sometimes people will play and then they'll make the most gorgeous house and then immediately stop playing Sims for the next 10 years. That was a problem that I had. There's a lot of items in Growing Together that I'm really excited to use, but I'm not sure how functional they are. Like, if you notice, you know, I'm setting up for a baby, but I do not have a high chair anywhere, and it's because to get a sim to two sims to interact with each other can sometimes be really stressful for some reason. Despite this being a life sim game, getting two sims to do something together is really difficult, and like trying to get the kid in the high chair, getting the kid out of the high chair, it's also stressful, especially when they can just pick up the plate themselves and then just eat it. Like, that's what I do, and it's just so much easier. I really like this little thing. It's like not necessarily a room, and then I added those windows because I could imagine them being really worried about their kid and just wanting to be able to peek through. I had to add a bathtub so that you can give the kids a bath, and he's got a little potty for when he becomes a toddler, because you know, we are leaving this house once the baby becomes an infant so that they're at least interactable in the world, but we will eventually come back and raise that child, which will be exciting because we'll have an entirely new event. And who knows, there's some events where it's like they end up having terrible relationships with their parents, and that could very well be an event we pull for this house when we come back to it. I think this looks really cute. It's definitely a lot better than the island bathroom. I definitely like this one a whole lot more. The living room situation, I just was like, again, going with the flow. I've kept that ugly little table with those knickknacks on it because honestly, it's got character, it's got charm. It looks like that's the first thing we bought, or maybe we found it off the side of the road, and I kind of love that. I'm also trying to like find decorations to give these walls a little bit more space, because I've definitely been neglecting doing that. Which is fine. Who cares about that, right? You know, curtains. Curtains are like the bane of my existence. I don't know why, but like all of the curtains in The Sims 4 like either don't work or are just ugly. It's so stressful to work with. And then I'm adding some upgrades to the kitchen to make it a little bit nicer. As I've been editing these videos, I realized that I really want to like update this kitchen, but like that'll be for a time when we come back to this place. Right now, we're just getting some equipment upgrades, some chair upgrades, but we're not necessarily editing the space, which is fine. And all in all, I think this is a fairly passable build, and then I just gotta make the roof.